Terrifying Minds, a trio of psychological horror tales unveiled in 36 slides. In the realm of the haunted psyche, where nightmares breed with the fervor of unchecked shadows, we embark on a journey into the darkest corners of the human mind. It is here, in the spectral silence of our own thoughts, that true terror takes root, blossoming into tales that chill the soul. Our first story unfolds with The Whispering Mirror, a reflection of madness, a narrative steeped in eerie suspense. A lonely man, seeking solace in the remnants of the past, stumbles upon an antique mirror at an estate sale. Little does he know, this mirror holds an unsettling secret, one that is about to intertwine with his very existence. Upon bringing the mirror home, the man begins to hear late-night whispers. These are not just any whispers. They are echoes of his darkest fears and memories, twisting and contorting reality into a nightmarish tableau. As the whispers grow more insistent, the man's grip on sanity starts to fray. Isolation becomes his closest companion as friends start to distance themselves, claiming his behavior has become increasingly erratic. The whispers, once a mere unsettling occurrence, have now become a cacophony that dominates his existence, driving wedges between him and the world outside. The true horror of the mirror is finally unveiled. It feeds on the sanity of its owner, leaving behind nothing but a husk of the person who once was. As the man realizes the mirror's malevolent nature, he attempts to destroy it, only to discover that it is unbreakable, sealing his fate with its reflective curse. In the depths of his solitude, the man discovered a chilling truth about the antique mirror. He was not alone. The whispers that had become his nightly torment were revelations of his deepest fears and darkest memories, morphing his reality into a living nightmare. Friends began to distance themselves, noting his erratic behavior, unable to see the sinister force behind his transformation. The mirror, it seemed, harbored a malevolent spirit, or so the man believed. It didn't just reflect, it devoured. Piece by piece, it feasted on his sanity, leaving in its wake an empty shell of the person he once was. The vibrant life he knew was being eroded by an unseen horror, turning his existence into an endless abyss. In desperation, the man attempted to rid himself of the mirror, his source of torment. However, his efforts were in vain. The mirror was unbreakable, its surface mocking his futile attempts with an unblemished reflection. Panic set in as he realized that the mirror was not just a prison, but an inescapable fate. As the whispers grew louder, clarity began to wane. The boundary between reality and madness blurred, pushing him ever closer to the edge of insanity. Each whispered word felt like a nail in the coffin of his sanity, a relentless assault on his mind that he could not escape. Then, in a moment of chilling revelation, he understood. The mirror was silent. The voice filled with malevolence and despair was his own. The horror he faced was not in the glass, but in himself. The mirror, after all, was just a mirror, and the true nightmare was the one brewing within his psyche. Inheriting a set of peculiar puppets, a woman uncovers their grim history. They were not ordinary toys, but artifacts with a sinister past. Each puppet's intricate design hid a story of darkness and despair. As she delved deeper, she realized these were not mere playthings, but relics of a tormented soul. Nightly, the puppets seemed to move on their own, enacting eerie scenes as if guided by an unseen hand. The woman watched in horror as the puppets portrayed events that seemed all too real, each performance more disturbing than the last. It was as if the puppets were alive, trapped in their wooden bodies. She discovered the puppets were cursed, once belonging to a deranged puppeteer. This puppeteer wasn't just a craftsman, he was a madman who believed he could imbue his creations with life itself. The legend said he sought immortality through his puppets, attempting to transfer human souls into them. The puppeteer, it turns out, believed he could transfer souls into his creations. The woman pieced together the tragic tale. The puppeteer had vanished mysteriously, leaving behind his cursed creations. These puppets were not just his legacy. They were a testament to his madness, a collection of souls he had tried to ensnare. Disturbingly, the puppets began to resemble people she knew, mirroring their fates. With each passing day, the line between the puppets and reality blurred. She realized the puppets were not reenacting past events but foretelling the future. The woman faced a terrifying truth. The puppeteer's soul was still seeking a new host, and it had its sights set on her. Attempts to rid herself of the eerie puppets proved futile. Each time she thought she had disposed of them, they would reappear, their expressions more menacing than before. It was as if the puppets were bound to her, a sinister force unwilling to let go, leaving her in a perpetual state of dread. She began to realize the terrifying truth behind the puppets' persistence. They were cursed, remnants of a deranged puppeteer's legacy. He believed in the macabre possibility of transferring human souls into his creations. This revelation sent chills down her spine as the puppets started to eerily resemble acquaintances, predicting their fates. The woman was forced to confront a horrifying possibility. The puppeteer's soul was seeking a new host. She was the target, chosen to perpetuate his dark legacy. The thought of her soul being trapped within a wooden puppet, subject to the whims of someone else's control, was terrifying. In a chilling climax, her worst fears materialized. She became the puppet, her consciousness trapped in a marionette's body. The world around her continued as if nothing had happened, her human body moving and speaking as though she were still in it, but she was no longer the one in control. This transition marked the beginning of the inescapable room, Echoes of the Mind, a tale where a man wakes to find himself in a room void of exits, accompanied only by a dimly lit bulb. Here, another chilling journey begins, interweaving the theme of entrapment and the struggle for liberation. In a stark, windowless room, a man awakens to the bleak reality of confinement. The only feature, a solitary light bulb, casts ominous shadows across the walls. It's within this minimalistic prison that he first notices the mysterious messages, cryptic clues hinting at a possible escape. Yet each message is a riddle, a puzzle pieced together from the fragments of his past. With each attempt to decipher the messages and flee, he's hurled into the depths of his memories, forced to relive moments of profound regret and horror. The room, unyielding in its boundaries, becomes a relentless tormentor. Each failed escape not only signifies physical entrapment, but also a spiraling descent into psychological turmoil. As the man confronts this cycle of despair, a chilling realization dawns upon him. The room, with its oppressive walls and enigmatic messages, mirrors the darkest corners of his psyche. It's a physical manifestation of his accumulated guilt and unresolved trauma, confronting him with the truths he's long sought to bury. In a moment of profound clarity, he understands that true liberation lies not in escaping the physical confines of the room, but in confronting and forgiving himself for his past transgressions. This epiphany heralds a transformative journey within, as he learns to navigate the complex terrain of his guilt and seek redemption. Embracing his past with newfound courage, the walls that once seemed insurmountable begin to crumble, revealing a path forward. Yet as he steps through the threshold of liberation, he finds himself in the familiar confines of the room once more. This time, however, a door stands open, a symbol of his inner healing and a reminder that while the scars of the past may linger, the power to move beyond them is within his grasp. Embracing his past, the man in the inescapable room found liberation not through escape, but forgiveness. This profound realization was his turning point. The walls that once seemed impenetrable began to crumble, revealing a path that was hidden in plain sight. It was a journey towards redemption, a second chance granted by understanding and accepting his deepest fears and mistakes. However, the path to freedom led him back to the very room he yearned to escape. This time, the door stood ajar, a symbol of his newfound perspective. The room, once a prison of his own guilt, now served as a reminder. It was a testament to his journey, a space that would forever be a part of him. yet no longer a place of entrapment but one of reflection. In the shattered reflections of the haunted psyche, the man who once sought solace in the whispering mirror learned a valuable lesson. The mirror, though silent now, had shown him the eerie depths of his soul. With newfound awareness, he turned away from its deceitful gaze, finding solace in the silence that followed. The whispers had ceased, but the echo of his own voice remained, a reminder of the strength he found within. The woman entangled in the puppeteer's legacy broke free from the strings that sought to control her fate. The realization that she was not destined to be another puppet in a macabre play empowered her. She severed ties with the cursed past, vowing to forge her own path, free from the shadows that lingered. The puppets, once a haunting reminder of a twisted legacy, could no longer claim her. Stepping through the open door, the man from the inescapable room faced the world with a sense of renewal. While the scars of his past remained, they no longer defined him. He walked into the unknown, healed yet cautious, carrying the lessons of the room with him. It was a new beginning, a chance to live with compassion and understanding, embracing the complexity of the human psyche. Stepping through the open door, he faces the world anew, healed yet cautious. This moment marks a profound transition, embodying the essence of liberation from the chains of guilt and trauma. The room, once a prison of his psyche, has transformed into a gateway, offering him a second chance at life. The true horror of the first tale lies not in the supernatural capabilities of the mirror, but in the unsettling reflection of our innermost selves. It serves as a stark reminder that the most terrifying battles are fought within the confines of our minds, where our fears and doubts reside in darkness. The second story imparts a crucial lesson on destiny and autonomy. It illustrates how easily we can become entangled in the strings of our own making, manipulated by the legacy of our past. To truly be free, one must possess the courage to sever these ties and reclaim control over one's life. In the third narrative, we learn that our minds hold the power to either imprison or liberate us. The man's journey through the room mirrors our own struggles with inner demons. It's a poignant reminder that forgiveness, both of oneself and others, is the key to finding peace and unlocking the doors to our own sanctuaries. In the depths of psychological horror, these tales invite us to confront our deepest selves. They challenge us to reflect on the nature of our fears, the chains of our past, and the power of redemption. Through whispers, strings, and rooms, we are offered a path out of the dark, urging us to find the light within. In the shadowy corridors of our minds, where whispers echo, strings pull at the fabric of reality, and rooms trap us in endless cycles, lies the true essence of horror. It is within these confines we face our deepest fears and truths. May each of us find the light to guide us out of the dark, navigating the haunted psyche with courage, and emerging not just survivors, but conquerors of our inner nightmares. This brings us to the end of our trilogy for this evening. We hope you have enjoyed our cautionary tales. If you would like to see more of our horror stories, please like and subscribe to our channel to enjoy more terror tales. For now, sleep well, viewer, and we hope to see you next time.